everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. Today is February, well, it's 2/20/2020. So that's February 20th, 2020. This is Charmed Chatter number 26. And I would like to welcome all of my subscribers, any new friends that would like to be subscribers, into my yarn room today. I have just a few little things. Yarn It Out is having another hat challenge. So I made she's doing a summer, well, mostly I think Easter bonnet type of hat, and I made this. This is my Easter bonnet. I wanted to do a sun hat because I have vitiligo, which means I don't have a lot of pigmentation left in my skin, and so the sun is kind of dangerous for me, and so I need to wear big flouncy hats in the sun. I think this one I didn't even make this as wide as what the pattern called for. I totally love the hat, don't get me wrong, and I made it a little bit wider in the top because I don't like anything I really hate wearing hats in the summer. It's hot, but this one, as you can see, it's like a granny square on the top. It's got a granny stitch there, and then it's got this big, huge, and I totally love, you know, but I think I need to, like, maybe get somehow put maybe starch. I was thinking somehow I needed to put like a wire through it to hold it out because it's so floppy, and I did block it and it's still this floppy. But I put a little flower. I have two. I got these at Michael's, so I could add them maybe both, or one at a time, or you know, but I thought they would look pretty on there, or any other embezzlement, or no embezzlement if I want embellishment. Embezzlement, yeah, embellishment. But I really like it. I like the hat. This is by pattern by Little John's Yarn, and I will link it in the description box. She says use a 4-weight yarn. She was doing acrylic. She said you would need 400 yards and a 5mm hook. I used cotton yarn, and I used more than 400, but I didn't make the pattern really as big as what she said because I didn't add all the rows of brim. I think it would, I didn't add one row of increase. It was supposed to be one more row of increase, and then I think 4 or 5 rows after that with no increases. I didn't do the last row of increases because it's so floppy anyway. I didn't really want it any bigger around, and I did like 3 rows additional instead of, so I think I'm short like 4 rows, 3 or 4 rows of single crochet on the edge. And this is, so this, the body part here, like the head part of the hat, is like a granny kind of stitch, and then then we went for a couple of rows of half doubles, and then this part is single crochet, but it's done with double stranded yarn so that it would be thicker. But I used a yarn that's 100% cotton. Don't tell me I didn't bring it. Oh no, I did. I used Baby Bee Hushable, or Hushabye by it's a Hobby Lobby yarn, and it is 100% cotton. 3.5 ounce, 100 grams, 208 yards. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it's cotton acrylic, 50/50, and it's like a thick, round yarn. It's squishy. So anyway, I thought it would be cooler, you know, being and it doesn't have any give to it. It's not at all stretchy. She said the top would not be stretchy, like the hat part. And since I do wear hats quite a bit in the summertime, I wanted it to be not tight and hot. I really like the pattern, like I said, and I do believe I want to make another hat of the same pattern because I like the fact that it's holes. So I think the one I would change is it's needs the width around, but I really think it's too long for me here. So it's like increase and then don't increase, and you know, so I think I need to take out the one row of don't increase so that it sits up here higher, because I can't see now. Sometimes I can't see. So like I know that it won't stay like this. You know, it's gonna get hot and it's gonna go up, and then I can't see. And so it's like a little bigger here, but like I said, I wanted it to be big, but I think I made it too big. So I'm wondering, since it's 50% acrylic, 50% cotton, if I throw it in the washer and dryer, will it shrink? And if it shrinks, will I shrink out the part that's like too big and still not be too big? I'm not sure. But it fits me better if I do it like this. So anyway, it is my hat, and I do really like it, and I do think I made the top part too big, but I don't, and it works up really fast, really fast actually. I did it in like an evening, but I did think I made it a little bit too big, but it won't be too hot. So there's plus factors with the too big. At least I don't think it'll be too hot. So I really like it, and I really like the yarn. If you have not ever worked with that, and I don't know if I bought this on clearance, and I bought several of them, different colors. I have pinks, like I have several different colors of it. And I just bought it because it was cotton and cheap. You know, it was on regular $4.99, and I got it for $1.25. So I bought probably what they had. I don't know what they had left. So this is what's left of 4 skeins. She said you would no, I take that back. This is 3 skeins. I did have to go into the 3rd skein, even though I didn't use all of the 2nd skein. I do believe I still would have. I ran out of the 1st skein. You know, I did the top part with, because it's single yarn, and then I went into the 2nd skein. I had to open the 2nd skein when you needed to do 2 at one time. So anyway, that's what's left. It's not enough for another full hat, obviously. But I'm also thinking, I like visors, so I wonder if I could do just the brim part out of this and make a visor. So that's thing number 1. Thing number 2. So I've showed you this before. I really love this shawl. And I don't remember who the pattern's by, but I will try to remember to link it in the description box. I love the way it fits. I love the size of it. So I'm making the shawl out of this, the Shawlette out of this. Oh, this was Marley Bird. She did this right before Christmas. That's who made this. So I'm making this one out of the citrus, and I've showed you this before too. It's not been blocked, but because it's still, I still have it attached to the string, you know, to the, I did add 3 or 4 more rows since the last time I showed it to you a couple days ago. And I measured it up against this one because this one fits me perfect. I totally like the way it fits, but it's a thick yarn that I'm not going to be able to wear that in this, not that way anyway, in the summer. And I'm going to give it to Chloe to go around her bathing suit. But this one I think is gorgeous, and if I block it, it's the same size as this one. So here's my dilemma. I have a whole skein plus a half probably of a skein of this really beautiful yarn, And so my dilemma is, do I stop this now so that I can just wear a shawlette like so? Or do I just go ahead and make the whole thing much bigger? I've never, like, I know I've never worked with this thickness of a yarn before, but there's like 800 yards between these two. And even though I love this and I love it as a shawlette, I would probably love it as a top for the summer as well. I don't know, like I don't know about this kind of a stitch. Maybe, you know, where, oh, what did I do there? I skipped a stitch somewhere right in the middle. Right in the middle. Don't show anybody. So, anyway, I'm wondering, should I, like, start with this and make a top and see how far it goes? Maybe a loose top like that I have to wear that I could wear a camisole, you know, a little tank under, and make it a mesh like over tank, or just follow one of Jeannie on the Hooks patterns ideas and just do, you know, her little tank in the, but this is a wool yarn too. It's wool, nylon, and 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 10% cashmere. So is a full top, would that be too hot, like solid top? But I think there's probably enough yarn to do that with. What do you guys think? I need advice of someone that's has knowledge of this kind of really thin fingering weight yarn. I think it's beautiful, and if I had enough to make a top, I think I would, and it wouldn't be too hot to wear it in the summertime. I think I would rather like rip that out and use it as part of the top if need be, and make a top out of this for summer, and I can make a shawlette out of something else. So I really need some advice. I'm not going to add to this, and now I found that I've made a mistake in it. But I'm not going to add to it for sure until I make a decision. And I don't know how much yarn you need for a fluffy girl's summer top. Like no sleeves, probably. Not, you know, probably like a sleeveless. So let me know what you guys think about that. I just, the yarn is beautiful, and I know if I make it, you know, not a lacy top, it's going to take a long time to make, and I may not ever get done with it. So that's a worry. But I really like the yarn, so I think I will finish it if I try making one. So what do you guys think? And then the next thing I have to show you, moving right along, is I blocked, let me show you this first. For those of you that have kids or little kids or grandkids ever around your house, I've seen people have these blocking pads in their house, and I don't know if this is what you guys use, but I had these blocking, darn, dropped it, sorry, pardon me. I had these squares of the princesses for my granddaughters when they were little. I had hardwood floors in the house, so I would put these foam squares, you know, they fit together like a puzzle together for the kids, and then put a blanket down on top of them for them to lay on or play on when they were little, and if they fell, they wouldn't hurt themselves because it's, you know, thick. Well, I've seen people blocking stuff, and they're using things that look like this. So when I was blocking, I'm like, I want to try blocking that hat and see if it'll, because it wasn't laying very smooth, and I was hoping that if I blocked it, it would stiffen it so that it wasn't falling in my face. And it stiffened it, it flattened it, which is good, but it needs either starch or a wire or something. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But anyway, I put some of these together and stuck pins in it, and blocked it that way, and it worked fabulously. So if you have these at home, you could, you know, not have to buy blocking things. I think, I don't, they don't have like a, the one from that I saw Jeannie using had lines on hers, so I don't know if they were like, you know, marking it square, probably, but I eyeballed it, made it look flat, made it lay flat, and it worked out fine. And it's round, so lines wouldn't have helped anyway. So that's a little tip savings thing. If you have those from your kids or your grandkids, or your kids have those and we're going to get rid of them, say, hey, wait, I could use those for blocking my projects. Because it turns out big. Like, you could block a blanket on there. So anyway, then the next thing I wanted to show you is I did get my KnitCrate. I did cheat and open it because I had it a couple of days now. And Glenda from the Creative Grandma inspired what's in here. Picked out, helped develop. I don't know, you'd have to really watch her video on it, but I was so excited to see what I got because I don't look at the previews. I don't sneak peek, and I couldn't wait. So I cheated and looked, and look, I got the blue and purple. Let me pull one out for you. I loved the pink, and I might go and buy that, but I got the blue and purple, and I totally love it with all the little speckles on it. Glenda did such a great job. This is Aldine Wool's Shine Sport Colorway Sky. And this is 80% superwash merino and 20% tencel. And it's 350 yards. This is maybe it's not thicker. Maybe it's not thicker. I thought it was thicker than the citrus, but if it is, it's barely. So I think they're both fingering weight, but it's so pretty, and it is so soft. This tencel stuff that it's, I did watch Glenda's video, and she said it has something to do with being bamboo. So anyway, the yarn is beautiful. The color is gorgeous. I totally love that. Now, I did not look at the book. Oh, look at the button. That's real pretty. And it's a stone button. It says Incomparable Buttons. www.buttonmad.com. You can read that on the bottom. That's a heavy-duty button there. And I have not looked at the projects. Glenda did say that she designed a scarf, so I'm going to assume it's this scarf on the front. And isn't that pretty? And that's the pink and orange polka dotted speckled yarn. It's got some purple in it. It's gorgeous. And here's Glenda. If you are not a fan of Glenda's page, if you do not follow, you really should. She's got great tutorials. She's a wonderful woman. She's very inspiring. And here's the colorways. So I got this one. This is the one on the front cover, and then this is the other one. I really love the pink and purple yarns. I think I might have to buy those. I don't know. And then the sock colors are here. I don't know if Glenda had anything to do with the sock colors, but they do look like they kind of coordinate. Not the blue one, not with the blue, but these two look like they coordinate with this, and this looks like it would coordinate with this. So that's kind of interesting. So there are socks patterns in here, and some hats and gloves. I don't think I really want to make any of that stuff. I'm trying to see where they use the button. I don't think I've seen the button being used. I like the button. The button is really pretty, but I don't see it being used on here. But it would be a real pretty button for spring and summer too. So like it's got little fruits or flowers or something on it. Anyway, that is my KnitCrate. I did get something in my email yesterday or today, which I haven't opened because I don't review or preview the colors, but the new, they're showing the new colors for KnitCrate, which I'm sure you all know is a monthly subscription box. And every month I keep thinking, am I going to continue to get KnitCrate? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, these yarns are gorgeous. And when I joined KnitCrate, it was buy a box and for $5 you got 2 extra skeins of yarn. It's expensive yarn that they give you. A yarn that I would not normally buy. Yarn that I would be afraid to work with without it arriving at my door. I think they sell them extra ones. If you're a member, you can buy them really inexpensively. I think you can buy them if you're not a member, but you pay full price. If you're a member, they give you discounts and rewards points and whatever. I would never probably buy these yarns on my own. And therefore I would never try them on my own. And they're wonderful, wonderful yarn. So every month I say, oh, I don't think I'm going to get it anymore, but then I don't cancel it because I wouldn't buy this if KnitCrate didn't send it to me. I wouldn't look at anything as expensive as this would be on my own. I like to look at yarn that has price tags of $1. So, for under 25 bucks, I have this sent to me every month. And I'll probably do it again one more month at least. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Let me know in the comments below. I would really love some advice on, should I try washing the hat and see if it'll shrink to fit me better? Should I try starching it to get it to stand up on the brim? I mean, it's supposed to be floppy, but I don't want it flopping in my face, and I can't make it not flop in my face. And what do you guys think about those 2 options? And what do you think about this yarn for summer tops? As I just said, I really would not ever purchase this on my own, so is it good for a summer wearable? Should I make the full shawl? Should I rip it out? And I mean, it's so pretty and it drapes so nice. Would be a beautiful top, I think. I really want to do the top, but I really don't want to go to all that work if it's not going to be enough yarn. So please, I need someone with experience to answer those questions for me. That's, I think, all I have today. Enjoy your 2020. I maybe said too many 20s there. Rest of the day today, and I will talk to you tomorrow, or one day this weekend anyway, probably. Have a good one. Bye bye.